Hello everyone, I'm Jade the Oni Pony.
And I might be. Maybe. Maybe.
And we're going to talk about the Season 4 premiere of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. We're going to be breaking this review into scenes because it's just easier that way. Scene 1. Twilight talks to her friends in Canterlot and the flight learning thingy. If I remember correctly, it all starts with Twilight practicing her flying. Now this is something I really didn't want. Okay, we can say something like the flight at the end of Magical Mystery Cure was just a fluke. But seriously, this made me so mad, I just wanted to stop watching right then. 5 minutes into the episode, I wanted to stop watching. After, we get them talking about how Twilight seems to be trying to not be called a princess by her friends.
I agree about the flight being annoying after what we saw at the end of Magical Mystery Cure, but it was funny to see her crash and burn. And I liked what she said about how if other ponies wanted to call her princess, that was up to them, but not her friends. I know I wouldn't want my friends to keep doing that. I would still want to feel like one of them. But it was probably a discussion that should have happened ages ago. I think it was just so Rarity could do exposition about why Twi isn't wearing her crown.
Scene 2. In the hall of pretty stained glass windows. I think that Rarity and Applejack have the strongest lines in this particular scene.
They definitely do. A lot of what Applejack says is actually what a lot of us learn when becoming an adult. Various responsibilities will keep us from doing things with our friends, but that doesn't mean we stop being friends.
Scene 3. Twilight's friends leave on the train and head back to Ponyville. I felt that this next scene where Twilight is saying goodbye to her friends wasn't the most necessary in the world. And it brings nothing new to the friendship dynamic.
No, but the feels were high. I enjoyed the group Pinkie Pie Promise and Pinkie's letter, but I will agree, not a necessary scene.
Scene 4. Twilight in the library with Spike. Then Celestia comes to talk to her, and then she gets taken away.
In the next scene, we get a nice Twi freakout, not to mention list making. Celestia's hair seemed odd to me at one point, but other than that, it was a nice overall moment.
All I see here is Spike trying to make Twilight feel better, and that's nice. And also, we get to see Celestia show some actual emotion, even if it's just in her voice. Scene 5. Twilight wakes up to find that Princess Celestia and Luna are gone. Now the adventure starts. Twilight wakes up to find the sun and the moon in the sky at the same time, and ponies outside are starting to get skittish. And this goes to show us that, just like in real life, the normal people will look toward authority to get answers to things they do not understand. A guard pulls her away and tells her that the princesses are gone, in a scene that we will all remember from the trailer.
I love that Spike keeps fainting, and one has to wonder about the captain of the Royal Guard. Wouldn't he be addressing Twilight and passing the orders down the line? Surely they've assigned it to some pony else after Shining Armor moved to the Crystal Empire. Maybe it's that brown guard pony.
Scene 6. Twilight decides to go to Ponyville. Everyone knew this was going to happen. Moving on. Scene 7. The goings-on in Ponyville. In Ponyville, it seems that the Everfree Forest is growing out of every patch of ground it can find, though I cannot see how everyone can tell it's coming from the Everfree Forest. Oh, and clouds with spikes! We also get confirmation that Rarity's parents have not come home from vacation yet.
I did wonder why Tweety Belle was with her, but that explains it. And how weird was it that Rarity almost literally extinguished her horn by licking her hoof? I think this was partially an excuse to get as many cameos of other ponies in the first eps as possible.
Twilight arrives in Ponyville.
And then Twilight arrives, and amazingly the vines that the apples couldn't seem to bite through can be severed with a window. That's what I took away from this. Arm every pony with windows!
I so want an Element of Harmony necklace.
Applejack reiterates her line from earlier about how the elements are keeping them together, and if I hadn't said it to the ponies earlier, I certainly did now. The elements don't keep you together, friendship does, duh.
Scene 8. Discord. Stupid, sexy Discord. I just love everything about this scene. Discord is just avoiding all their questions, and you get the feeling that he's doing something, but then you understand that he's not, since, well, he's reformed. And, after all the shenanigans, he tells them to ask Sakura, and we get introduced to the MacGuffin potion.
I was kind of disappointed that the girls didn't think to ask Sakura themselves. They were always running to her when they couldn't explain stuff before. And why, in the wide, wide world of Equestria, did it look like she used the dark magic Sombra spell? She used that spell as a unicorn, so is it not so much the spell itself, but simply who the spell comes from? And if that's the case again, why that spell?
So they could say that they hadn't forgotten about Sombra, maybe? Or perhaps that is just what Twilight's magic is going to look like from now on. I wouldn't mind. Scene 9. Flashbacks.
I noticed they altered the animation a bit from the animatic in this scene. Luna looks not so much scared when the nightmare takes her, but more numb. Though I don't think that changes the notion that the nightmare is a separate entity and not from within Luna herself.
With Celestia on the ground, Twilight finally figures out that it's a flashback, and anyone who thought it was the real thing also figured that out. Though, not to be disrespectful, I have no idea why someone would think it's not a flashback. I mean, no one even noticed Twilight. Oh, and we get to see how Celestia uses the elements of harmony. And I cried the first time I saw her banish Luna. I won't lie, I did. It's just the first time we actually see Celestia crying. It's just so sad. You can see how much it hurts her to do this.
I kinda want to know how Sakura knew that it was something from the past that was causing the problem now. But aside from that, I also found it odd that Twi saw 2 flashbacks and out of order. It seems she'd need to take another sip to see that last one.
Am I the only one that noticed the princess's saddlebags more than what was going on? Yeah, I probably am. And woot! Tree of Harmony! I love its design, and I hope it continues to play a significant role in the series. Because if this is the only time we see the tree, I will be very, very sad. Scene 10. Into the Everfree! Crocodile, crocodile, crocodile!
Twi is so worried about her wings. It's like, hello, magic is something you already know how to use. She should have been able to levitate the whole crocodile.
I have something to rant about here. Why is it that her friends want her to leave? I mean, Rarity can't use her magic, and they think that with just brute strength they can beat plants that none of them can seem to fight against? Excuse me, but that is just dumb.
And all this comes right after Twi says, upon entering the forest, that she knows they need to face things together. Then 2 seconds later it's like, nope, go away. If the goodbye scene with the train seemed unnecessary, this was doubly so.
Scene 11. Discord talks to Twilight about going back.
Poor Gummy.
Discord being the voice of reason, I hope this means we get to see him more often in the show. Scene 12. Twilight's friends get to the tree and Twilight gets attacked. I was annoyed through this whole thing, so I have nothing to say.
Finally, Pinkie did something funny. It's like after the opening bits in F1, they were holding her back. I was also annoyed though. What happened to the pony that dealt with an Ursa Minor, that called her future sister-in-law evil in front of all of her friends? It's like Twilight has become weaker, not stronger.
Scene 13. Twilight saves a tree by giving up the elements. So after they beat the alien trees, they head back to the Tree of Harmony, and after some unnecessary emotional conversation, during which this tree is still getting weaker and weaker, Twilight steps up to save the tree, and only now do the plants actually decide to attack her. In one final climactic fight, Twilight gives up the elements of harmony, putting them back on the tree and saving it. And it looks so pretty!
And then Celestia and Luna, who were captured with surprising ease, are revealed, and as I was watching them I was thinking, after they found the Tree of Harmony, which I still want to see all of that story, movie please? They built their castle over the tree to keep the elements near and to watch over it. And that makes me wonder where they lived before that.
Discord in a maid outfit!
Those seeds, I thought he was eating rocks in the first flashback, but I liked that what he was doing had meaning. He knew he could be defeated, so he made plans. Of course, this begs the question, why did he laugh at the sisters if he knew the elements could put a stop to him?
Maybe he didn't think that the sisters could use them efficiently. Scene 14. Back in Canterlot and all is well. I just want to go on record and say I love Twilight's new crown. Much better than the old one. I can't wait until it's available for purchase. I'm most definitely getting one.
It is definitely a much better design. I'll take one in silver, please.
Conclusions. Okay, I myself found the whole episode a bit of a disappointment. I guess we had all hyped ourselves up way too much, and I just ended up expecting too much out of it. However, it was very enjoyable overall, and it is really setting up something that could become awesome. And let's hope that the search for the 6 keys takes us to other parts of Equestria.
Indeed, more places, more ponies, more races. I am a bit divided on my feelings about the keys. On a game I'd be like, hells yes, new level unlocked, only it's locked. But you know what I mean. But in the world of Equestria it seems, I don't know, too easy? Oh, we gave up the elements and they so empowered the tree that was dying that they gave us presents? Why couldn't it be that they just extracted the elements when they needed them and put them back afterwards? But I agree with Jade. I liked it, though I had issues with parts. The show kind of hurt itself with such a long break, letting every pony imagine whatever they wanted to.
Now, before we leave you to ponder what we have said, we have a little announcement to make.
Woohoo, Bronita podcast!
May and I have decided that we are going to create a group of female bronies, of Bronitas.
And maybe some guys if we deem them worthy.
And we need all of you Bronitas to help us out. I'm sure many of you have already seen the Crepuscular Bronies podcast. Well, we want to do something just like that, except for only Bronitas. We still don't have a name, but we do know that it's just going to be something like Bronita Chat. Nothing so corny. However, the main idea is for us, as women of the female persuasion, to be able to talk about things in a way that is not overanalyzing it. I mean, let's face it, the boys have a habit of overanalyzing everything, and we like to just scrape the surface a little bit. So any girl who wants to be part of this new project, step right on up and send us a message so that we can add you to the group and you can be notified when we have a new topic that we want to talk about. The boys will have theirs and we will have ours. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. See you all later, bronies and bronitas. This has been a collab. And by the way, I want all of you guys to please check out MayB. She has some great videos and they're all so entertaining. So please, please, please check her out. Bye everyone.